the true story behind the Borley Vicarage. In the northern border of Essex, in the southern county of England, the Church of Borley, in the isolated part of Great Britain, the church was dated back to the 12th century, as it served the community. The history of Borley Vicarage is that in 1833, the vicar Henry Dawson Ellis Bull was born on the 23rd of November at the Borley Place. The vicar named the house of the vicarage in 1862, ignoring the warnings from the locals that the land was haunted. So the vicar Henry had a new rectory built for him and his family. It was a large Gothic-style red brick building with 2 stories and many rooms throughout the sprawling house. This imposing residence sat upon 4 acres of land. This land had its own stories. The new building was built on top of foundation of a recent vicarage, and it is said that before there had been a monastery for monks. The spiritual happenings at the vicarage started as soon as the vicar and his family moved in there, where disembodied footsteps were reported as they could be heard following behind people in the house. And on the road, the retainer's bells and would tinkle as if by an invisible hand. They were apparitions that showed them to the Bull family and unknown alike. The most popular of these have to be spiritual apparitions of a nun. That are one legend that has a young nun from a neighbouring abbey has berries had fallen in love with a young monk at the monastery, as we are able to resist their love and remain faithful to their vows, since the couple made an arrangement to elope before they could do so, before they were caught, as punishment was swift and harsh. The monk was hanged, and the nun was bricked up alive behind the walls of the abbey and left to die. It was unable to pass over, as the nun's tormented ghost continued to search for her lover, so she would depart her hidden and lonely skeleton and search in vain for her executed lover. She had been seen many times outside the vicarage in the area, as it was dubbed the Nun's Walk. A small summer house was erected at one stage, which gave us a better vantage point to see the nun's ghostly wanderings. On occasions, she would also be seen looking into or out of the vicarage window, as another apparition has been seen multiple times by people, as it was the apparition of the Phantom Coach. The Phantom Coach had a large black coach that was pulled by 4 black horses, as it would clatter down the road by 2 headless coachmen, only to vanish after it would pass the vicarage. The vicar Henry Bull died in the Blue Room of the Rectory on Monday the 2nd of May 1892, as it was succeeded by his son, the vicar Henry Foster Bull, known to his pal and family as Harry. The activity of the vicarage seemed to have increased when Harry and his family to have moved in, so the restless nun was said to have been particularly active from this point on. On the Thursday, the 9th of June 1927, Harry, like his dad, died in the Blue Room of the vicarage, and his spirit would later be seen by several other people. As the house stood vacant for several months, until the vicar guy Eric Smith and his family were prevailed to take up the post while Miss Smith was cleaning out a cupboard one day as Miss Smith came upon a strange brown paper package, and upon opening it she was horror-struck to find the skull of a young woman. But after it was uncovered, the ghostly phenomena were said to have increased dramatically. In build-up to all this activity, there was also to be heard tapping on the walls, hushed voices, objects moving on their own, and the bells ring despite the fact that the wires had been cut. At the wit's end, they contacted and spoken to the Daily Mirror and asked the newspaper to put them in contact with someone who can help. But after a reporter visited the house, they presented to Harry Price, a paranormal investigator. Price had formed the National Laboratory for Psychological Research and was famous for debunking and exposing fraudulent mediums and ghosts photographers, and soon Price arrived frightened as new phenomena occurred as objects went flying and people and pebbles hit the house and rolled down the stairs while the ghostly messages were tapped out on the frame of a mirror in the Blue Room. Several articles were written about the ghostly happenings, and on the Sunday, the 14th of July 1929, the Smiths left Borley in addition to their British annoyance, as there were also many unwelcome and curiosity-seeking lingering around the property. The vicarage once again stood empty for some time before a brave priest could be found to take up the challenge. So in the month of October in 1930, there was such a man that came forward, as it was the vicar Lionel Algernon Foster, as he and his family moved in. The vicar Foster was actually a cousin to the Bulls and most likely knew the vicarage had a haunted reputation, as they endured all the same activity that the Smiths and the Bulls had, but with the addition of an increasing violent poltergeist activity, most inflicted upon Marianne, the vicar's spouse. She was thrown out of bed, being slapped, and had objects thrown at her, including windows was shattered, furniture was upturned, spontaneous fire started, and also doors locked and unlocked of their own accord. Thank you for listening. This is chapter 1, and there's more to come. Thank you.